It had been 5 months since my wife passed away, and life had started to feel like an endless loop of grief and routine. My name is Darren Stone. I'm 42, and my wife, Marlene, died after a long battle with cancer. We had 2 children, Justin, now 17, and Kayla, 14, who had been the light of my life even through the darkest days. But nothing could have prepared me for what I found that Tuesday evening. A discovery in Marlene's car that would shake everything I believed about our marriage and family. The day had started normally. I was getting ready for work at Hawthorne Motors, a dealership I'd managed for nearly a decade. Justin was grabbing cereal, scrolling through his phone, while Kayla lingered upstairs, still groggy from the morning. I poured my coffee and noticed Justin's request. "Dad, I need money for the homecoming dance," he said. $50 for the ticket and dinner money. I sighed, knowing this was part of the growing-up routine, and promised we'd talk later. He rolled his eyes but put the phone down. At the dealership, Lance Freeman, an old friend and business partner, was waiting. Lance had been a steadfast presence during Marlene's illness, offering support when I could barely cope. "Morning, Darren," he said, approaching with a warm smile. "How are you holding up?" I gave my usual reply. "One day at a time." But there was tension in his stance. "I need to talk to you about something," he said. We walked into my office past rows of shiny SUVs and pickups. Lance hesitated before speaking. "It's about Marlene. People have been talking." My heart sank. "What kind of talk?" He looked away. "I don't know all the details. Just that she was seen with someone unexpected." The words lingered in my mind all day. I tried to focus on my work, my children, my routine, but I couldn't. That evening, I found myself standing in the garage, staring at Marlene's Honda Accord. Dust had gathered over 5 months of neglect, and her coffee cup still sat in the console. Something inside me demanded answers. I texted the unknown number that had reached out. "We need to talk about Marlene. Meet me at Willow Park tomorrow at noon. Come alone." The next day, I arrived at the nearly empty park. A woman approached, mid-40s, professional, confident, yet carrying a sense of urgency. "Mr. Stone," she asked. "I'm Dr. Rebecca Foster, Marlene's oncologist." She explained that Marlene had left a journal with her, detailing her fears, her treatments, and her choices during the final months of her life. Marlene had confided in her about Lance. According to Dr. Foster, Lance had been there for Marlene not as a lover seeking opportunity, but as the only person she could be honest with. She had confessed to him out of desperation and fear, not because she didn't love her family. Listening to Dr. Foster, I felt the anger that had consumed me start to waver. Marlene had been sick, scared, and desperate. That didn't excuse the affair entirely, but it painted a different picture than the one my mind had painted. 2 weeks later, I finally got the courage to clean out Marlene's car. In the glove box, I discovered a small digital recorder with her initials engraved on it. When I pressed play, her voice trembled through the speakers. She spoke directly to me, explaining her fears, her love for the kids, and her reliance on Lance for emotional support. She admitted manipulating him at times, using his compassion to help her cope with her illness, but she emphasized that her love for me had never wavered. I knew then that this wasn't just about betrayal, it was about survival, about desperation, and about the complexities of human love. I drove to Lance's house, not to confront him with rage, but to enlist his help in preparing my children for the truth in a way that wouldn't destroy their memory of their mother. We spent hours going through her journal and recordings. I realized the truth. Marlene had been complicated, scared, and human. She had made mistakes, yes, but she had loved all of us fiercely until the end. Lance, who had once been a source of betrayal, now became a partner in guiding Justin and Kayla through the truth. We arranged a family meeting. Sitting together in the living room, I played the recordings for the children. Marlene's words revealed the human side of her choices, her fears, and her love. Justin listened quietly, absorbing every word. Kayla, initially resistant, began to understand the pressures her mother faced and the reasons behind her actions. "I forgive her," Justin said softly at the end. Kayla nodded. Over time, Lance re-entered our lives cautiously, building a new, honest relationship with the family. My kids called him Uncle Lance again, but in a new context, trusting, mature, and aware of the complexities of human relationships. Marlene's memory remained sacred, not tarnished by misunderstanding, but understood in its fullness. 2 years later, life had returned to a steady rhythm. Justin excelled at the dealership, earning accolades for his salesmanship. Kayla thrived in her theater studies, confident and independent. I had started dating again, finding companionship in someone who respected our past but embraced our present. The dealership flourished, but the real victory was personal. A family healed, stronger and honest. Marlene's actions had tested us, reshaped us, and forced us to rebuild. And though the past could never be erased, we learned that understanding, patience, and compassion could create a future richer than any illusion of perfection ever could. If you've ever faced betrayal, loss, or the struggle to rebuild, watch this story to see how one family found truth, healing, and a path forward. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share for more real-life stories that will stay with you.